newborn rats. So what they did is they exposed the pregnant rats, okay, not the newborn. They exposed the pregnant rats to a 900 megahertz EMF exposure. Okay, so from there, they exposed it, and then when they give birth, of course, this newborn, they tested the thinking and memory of this newborn. And what did they use to check the thinking and memory? They used mace. Okay? Do you know what's the result? Can you say what?
What?
Okay, the result was the exposed newborns took 3 times as long to find their way out of the maze and also made twice as many errors. So it means the thinking and the memory part of the brain was affected compared to the exposed and the control. Okay? They did a little bit more than this. They opened up the brains of these little baby rats. And they actually saw in the hippocampus area. In the hippocampus is the area of the brain where there's the thinking and memory. And they saw fewer cells. Okay? How many of you here would realize that this is very important? And how many of you here would think, these are just rats, right? I know these experiments are for rats, but do you think this could also happen to our little kids? Yes? Can you say yes if yes?
Yes.
Yes, right? And we don't want to subject them to these experiments, right? Just to know. And not just that, they also implicated EMF to Alzheimer's, neurologic diseases, and autism. Okay? So what about autism? So I dig more into the autism part because I'm really a fan of Netflix. And there's a lot of Netflix movie right now. They have seen a lot of theme revolving around autism, right? And do you know, it actually reflects what our society have right now. Do you know that, okay, in the year 2000, the ratio of autism is 1:150. Do you know how much is it right now? Last year, it's last year it's 1:36. Can you say 1:36?
1:36.
So the movies that we're seeing, which has the same theme, is actually a reflection of the society, right? What our society already has. Okay, next please. And as you can see, autism is rising, and also it has the same graph as the rising radiation, EMF, wireless devices we have. Right? Yes. So, not only that, there's a lot of other things like tumors and cancers. Okay? Next, please. As you can see you have seen this. You have seen that EMF has been implicated to be possibly carcinogenic to humans, which is group 2B. You've seen that already in the presentation. Okay? But I want to share a little bit about this, a story. Because in my slide about who I am, actually I'm also in the financial industry. I'm in the insurance industry for 15 years. And do you know what? I have 4 claims already in the insurance. 3 deaths and 1 major critical illness. And out of those 4, do you know, 2 out of 4 or 50% is because of glioma. That's high, right? That's high. So 2 of them, 1 is death, 1 is actually has been diagnosed with glioma while pregnant, and they have to operate my client while and she is actually suffering, and yeah, it's so hard. As you can see, glioma is something we don't don't know, right? We don't know, but if it happened to us, it's something really devastating, right? Okay. Not just glioma, meningioma, and acoustic neuroma. And of all these three, they actually found out that these tumors usually grow where you put your phone. Okay? If you're a right-handed person, this is where it grows. And if you're left, it just grows. So, okay, not only that, in our children, right now, the number one cause of cancer in children under 18 is brain cancer. Can you say brain cancer? Brain cancer. Before, it's not the top one. Right now, it's been the top one in Australia and other Western countries. In some Asian countries, we still don't have statistics, but maybe it's just the same. Okay? So with that, these are different studies that you can see that actually tells us that glioma is rising. This is a Swedish study saying if you started using phone before the age of 20, you will have an increased risk of glioma in the side of the head where you hold your phone. Okay? Another study for Scandinavian study, you have 5 times the risk of having brain cancer if you started as a child in using a phone. Next, please. Yeah, this is another study, and next. This interphone study was actually the one that the lawyer was talking about. The interphone study wherein if you use 1,640 hours or 10 years, you face 2 times the risk of having glioma. Okay? If you divide 1,640 to the number of hours you're using, this is not just 10 years. It could only just be months. Okay? Next, please. So there are other implications that I cannot be able to tell you everything. But it is implicated in childhood leukemia. It is also implicated in breast cancer. It is also implicated in even infertility. Because they found out heavy cell phone users, especially those who put their phone in their pockets, the sperm cells have a reduced sperm count. Okay? There's a lot more. Are you learning so far? Yes. Can you say to your friend beside you, I'm learning? I'm learning. Okay. Good. But this is a question that most of you has, right? Can you read this? Why are some people unaffected while others suffer? Do you have this question in your mind? How many of you have this question in your mind? How many of you think that your clients that you're introducing to NCARD have this question? I don't have. Why? I may not be affected. Why are some people affected? Because we vary in sensitivity. Okay, next. Dr. David Carpenter actually said that we vary in sensitivity because, for example, one person can smoke 2 packets of cigarette a day for 20 years and does not have lung cancer. Are there cases like that? Yes. But some people might just smoke 5 cigarettes a week, but they have lung cancer, right? Yes. Because we vary, not just in exposure, but about our individual sensitivity. Can you say to your neighbor, it's not just about the exposure. It's about your sensitivity. So right now, if somebody tells you that, you have an answer now, right? Yes. Good. So, do most anti-radiation devices work? David already told you that, but next, I found this one in YouTube. You can search this. So the CNA Insider, they tested everything. They have this device that tested it. It doesn't work. And they're actually research study in my book that I put there all the resources that I have that they didn't find any, it lacks scientific validation. Okay? So what do we do to protect our family? Before and born. Alright, first, time. If you can reduce the time, better. Especially for our little ones, right? They're not working. They're just playing. If you can decrease their time, that's good. Alright? Next. You can also distance. Okay? Better if you can do like that. Not in your phone, right? Speaker phones. Alright? Next, barrier. There are actually EMF barriers that they invented wherein it's like that. When you see, there's a metal in the barrier, okay, that you can use. So these are the things that you can use. And also, you can also eat fruits and vegetables that's high in antioxidant to help you the free radicals. And of course, to drink our because it has a lot of antioxidants. And one of the mechanisms of EMF is increase free radicals in our body. Okay, another selling point. But how many of you here agrees with me that this is almost impossible? Right? This is almost impossible because if you're working as an IT or working in marketing, in computer, you cannot decrease the time, right? Can also decrease your income. Sadly, yes. Distance. You might don't want to others to know what you're talking about to somebody else, right? Okay? And also barrier. You cannot just walk around with that barrier with you. Right? Correct?
Yes.
So what can we do? Is there a better way? Can you ask me? Is there a better way? Actually, you know the answer. What's the answer? We already know the answer. Okay. Previously, they say a lot. This is a fact. A lot of scientists and experts has been in chaos. Okay. Some say it's not, EMF is not harming you. Some say it's harming you. I'll be frank with you, they're actually in chaos. They are actually confused. Doctors like me are confused what to say. Okay? But I'd like to invite you, I would like to ask you a question. Would you wait to have breast cancer? You wait to have leukemia? Have all those long-term diseases before you start protecting your loved ones and yourselves? Yes or no?
No.
We don't want to wait for that, right? So we have to start protecting our family. So I'd like to ask you, how many of you here still don't have their M-guards at home? Raise your hand. Oh, there's a lot, huh? There's a lot. I'd like to invite you, for those who still has not have their M-guards, after learning or listening from our talks here, you got two choices when you go home. First choice, go home without any protection. Okay? You still, with knowing everything that you know, go home and then expose your family. Would you like that? No. Or number two, you start protecting your family and own your M-guards. Okay? Yeah. I was privileged to talk to you last year here in All Ocean M-Guard Summit. And I received a lot of messages that when they went home in their country, they bought M-Guards. And they also bought more. For some, you just have one, they bought more. So how many of you are learning so far? How many of you want to know more?
Yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately my time is limited. I don't have the whole day, but good news is I have my book there outside. know everything that I told you about and more, and all the resources I have, it's in the book. You can use it. Okay? You can use it. It's a great marketing tool.